Holy cow, this thing is nuts. So we just got the TenPoint Viper 430 crossbow from PyramydAir. This thing is so sick, but if you're thinking about hunting with a crossbow, there's a few things you should know. Let's unbox this and I'll show you 3 things that'll make you successful and not hate it. We got some new toys from our friends over at PyramydAir, who now, PyramydAir, I started working with them a couple years ago, and they did all the stuff, right? And that I took with me in Texas for the 30-day survival challenge. Now they do bows and everything. So we got some crossbows for Brody and I, because we're gonna go and whack some deers for hunting season. So we got some Vipers here. Oh, maybe I'll put on, take it out, put it on the counter. Paperwork and tools, and I have never ever had a crossbow before, but oh my goodness, that is, look at how tactical that thing is. That is crazy. Super solid feel for the build, huh?
Yeah, these things are awesome.
Is that not the coolest? Wow.
They're tiny.
I know, like I remember when crossbows first came out, it was like a compound bow on the end. Like it was even, it was like as big as a compound bow is nowadays. These are like insanely small, compact, easy to carry through the bush. And with the laws being changed, I don't know, whatever the last couple of years, right?
This year is the first year, I think.
This year's the first year? For a long time it's been, if you're disabled, you could get a license to be able to use a compound crossbow. But now, during bow season, is it just bow season, right?
And expanded now. And
expanded?
Yeah.
Okay, you can use a compound crossbow. And that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna sight these in, put the, give them a go, and let you know what we think of it. Now the advantage of this is a lot, right? Because these are so much more powerful than a regular compound. Less of a guessing game like with a compound. You got pins set up for different yardages, and whereas this should be a much tighter, narrower gap of adjustments for different yardages. What do you think?
Nice.
Yardage is right in the scope.
You twist this knob right here and lights up the reticle.
Oh, no way.
That's
yeah.
Awesome.
Let's set them up. And then it's pouring outside. We'll go outside and take a couple shots. Keep fingers down. Oh, I see what you're saying. It was on there. Why though?
Because if you're holding this like this,
oh,
that will take your fingers right off.
Oh my goodness. So they put it in the scope, so when you're in the scope, you don't think to...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You hold these below them.
Yeah, so if you manage to get your hand up here like this, so that's what they mean, keep fingers down. So if you put your finger up here and that comes slamming back across, it'll take the... Yeah,
take something.
What they call, this is what they call it, I think, a degloving.
Yeah, deglove.
Oh, yeah, it's such a gruesome term, the thought of degloving. New toys. I have no experience with crossbows. Do you have any experience with crossbows?
Not much. I've shot them a few times. But...
Yeah, all right. So, I think I shot my dad's once or somebody's. I can't remember what, but it wasn't nearly as nice as this. Like this is this is another level right here. Was it Rambo that had a crossbow in one of his movies with exploding arrows and stuff? And
Daryl in
Walking
Dead.
Daryl in The Walking Dead. That's right. I guess he's the most well known now.
He's
probably
the coolest crossbow shooter.
Yeah.
Now that looks pretty BA.
It does.
That looks pretty sweet.
Look at them side by side. It's like you can look on the bottom of mine and the top of his there. It's like, whew.
Yeah, that was pretty cool looking.
Pretty wild. Slides down. That's red. Locks in. You can see this right here, and then so that thing is where we pull the trigger, it releases it. So you click it onto there and then wind it back until it locks into place. Matt's getting further and further away. No, just kidding. Are you supposed to put your toe in the end of that thing? I feel scared about doing something like that. You don't need to.
That's the crossbows I've shot before, you did put your toe.
You always put your toe into there. I suppose this one would never pull all the way back. Look at how, it comes even slicker. Like, those wind in as the power pulls back. Is there a safety?
Yeah.
That's red,
So,
but I don't dare to push.
When you push that forward,
That fires it, right?
No, it's your safety.
Oh, okay, I'll let you push it forward then first. So I figured red is safety. Okay, so that's saved right
So
now.
now if you pull the trigger, that thing's gonna explode without an arrow in it.
Well, we'll put an arrow in it before I test that theory, because we didn't quite read all the instructions yet. Don't do what we do. We're professionals. Well, we got our practice tips on. We can go give it a try. Over there. I think that should be fine. What about right here?
19.5, just out. Close enough.
Last time I, wait, you put the white down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no biscuit,
No biscuit.
right? So we don't have to worry about it. It's just, it's pinned into there. Okay, yeah, I've had it on fire, but
Yeah, didn't go off.
trigger, this is my trigger safety right there.
Well, that's my safety, sir.
What do you think? We aim for dead center and see if where it's going. Should we move up? I feel like the last time I shot a bow, and it was like, it went like way high.
I feel like this should be relatively close anyway.
You think so? Go for it. Did that just go right through it?
Pretty close.
This has got a lot of power. I mean, this is a crossbow target. You think yours will do any better?
I don't know the answer to that.
Gonna
That might be
ruin them.
I think my bag is the same.
Yeah.
Mine's not as fat though, so it might be better if they do.
Yeah, you want to grab yours? Let's give it a try.
Yeah.
I had the same problem with the air rifle. With arrows on it, it would, half of the time they would stop and you'd be all fine, and the other half of the time they'd punch either all the way through or only partially.
There we go.
Seems fine. They're carbon fiber, right? They'd
Yeah,
just be like, it is what it is. Oh yeah, yours is.
It's the same thing, but this will stick out the other side at least, so if we need to. My compound only puts them in this deep.
Oh really?
This thing is so much more
That's
powerful.
like instantaneous. It's got click and it was in there.
Oh!
That's not too far off.
No.
So, yeehaw. That's nice. It was right to here. The difference between this and a regular bow target is these are like wadded up old jeans and stuff they put inside of these. I don't know what's inside of yours, but that's what mine is like fabric and stuff. And the rest of like bow targets, regular bow targets and stuff, most of the time have like foam of some sort. You don't want to do just regular foam though. You ever done blue foam? Like a piece from a dock? It welds it in there from the friction.
Yeah.
That felt really good in a way that like inspires a lot of confidence, honestly. Like, so this thing is the safety right there.
Okay.
It instantly clicks back to the white when you put it on there, so it's safe, and then you wind it back. It's a race. That works so good.
That's nice.
That's so smooth. And then the handle goes in, and you just got to put that away fully, and then you pop your arrow out, slide it in. I think since it was so good, I'm gonna aim for that top one because I like the circle better than just aiming at the bee's belly. I definitely flinched on that one. We'll pull each one when we shoot them, but just that way we don't break one by driving it into somebody else's arrow.
I spit Robin's arrow in twain!
Pretty much the same as last time, low and to the right. Sight it in a little bit. Yeah,
Definitely off to the right.
yeah.
I felt good about that one.
So I'm gonna bring mine up right here. 1, 2, 3, and then to the left. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 up. We'll see what that does first.
Where were you aiming? B?
No, I was aiming for that upper circle. So I might have been bobbing around a lot. But I didn't think I was bobbing around that much. I should have said yes. I was aiming for the bee's eye. Because I got him.
My adjustments didn't work out.
That's what it seems to happen to me too. Like my adjustments didn't do anything, but maybe it's just one of those scopes you gotta adjust it a lot.
Ooh. Low again?
I got it over, but I'm still wicked low. One thing I am noticing and really liking is that unlike the 50 caliber air rifle, that thing weighs a lot holding it up and aiming. Especially if you're rigged for hunting and you got the arrows all on the quiver on the side, the scope on it. It weighs so much. This is very light. It's easy to keep it on target without bracing and stuff. That's really good. Let's see what happened to the
He's not right on the money.
What's his name from the Avengers there?
Hawkeye?
Hawkeye?
Yes, and Hawkeye's in the Avengers, but no one ever says, help, Hawkeye.
Yeah, like now we just need some arrows with like fun tips on them, you know, exploding tips and whistling tips, and which I always thought was kind of useless. Like, what's the point of that? Like, you don't need a whistling tip. You need something that could take the Hulk out. Ah, I gave it a big old spin. Now I'm up.
Too high?
Now I'm too high. Just a rainy day. Try it out. Are you gonna take it back with you and shoot some more?
Yeah, I probably
Yeah.
will because
Right? You want to go and
I'd like to get it up to like 60 yards.
yes, exactly.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
That was the money shot, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just a little off. Close enough.
Yeah.
That's right on the money.
That's the money shot right there. There we go. I'm sighted. Look at that. That's great. Right there. That's exactly where I was aiming. And hitting exactly there. I guess we'll give it a go now and step back and try it on the a couple yards further. Take one shot at that. 40 right here. So right at the license plate. 40. And you think we could get up to 60 with these?
Scope says 100, yeah. 60.
Scope says 100. Like, I mean, that's like a
Rifle shot?
rifle shot. Like, I mean, like you're bow hunting, you don't usually, like, unless you're like a pro, right? Like,
Yeah.
you got nothing but
30 yards is kind of on there.
yeah.
That's right.
So Brody, you've hunted with a bow, and you've gotten how many deer with a bow?
Probably like 15 or something like
15.
that. Yeah.
And with the bow, and out of those, how many were over 20 yards?
One, maybe.
One?
Especially the 35, 40-yard shots that you think about risking and taking. There's a lot of time for a deer react
Yeah.
with a compound like that. So
Yeah, but a lot of those, no, but out of the ones that you've missed, how many were because you missed and how many were because the deer jumped the string and he dodged?
confidently been jumped from the string, the noise of the string, probably 4 or 5 times at 35, 40 yards.
Yeah.
So it's pretty common.
So there's been only a couple times that you missed because of a you know, just a poorly placed shot,
Yeah.
you know, and stuff like that. So there's a lot to it with the bow hunting, and I think this is so fast. I don't think there's going to be any string jumping.
No, this is
There's
way
like
more
you,
deadly.
boom, there's the shot, there's the,
Well, if these are shooting 430 feet per second, my bow shoots like 290, 280 probably.
yeah.
So we're almost double the speed already with these compound, or with the crossbow.
So there could be, if we're trying to take some 60-yard shot, but at the same time, that's so far off the sound for them, is like, why would they even flinch?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
they would just be like, what the heck just happened? And then, like, drop, like, somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
So, I think these will be so much, what I'm getting at is, this is going to be so much more humane and efficient,
Way more efficient.
and then of a, you know, just machine,
Yeah.
just happening, like it's done. So, let's try that 40-yard shot.
Oh, almost right on the money.
That was way low.
Oh, you were aiming for
It
the
is,
top one?
yeah, I was aiming for the top one, knowing that if there was a bunch of drops. I don't know. I was moving around as much as that though. While trying to brace it at this distance, that's a lot. So we were aiming here, and at the 40-yard pin, putting it here. There was a lot of movement though, because I wasn't braced against something, and so we're out here in the rain. That's not real good test of it. But Brody also hit approximately that low too. For a deer, you know, I would have been fine, but we're gonna do some more sighting in. It's rainy. We'll get that figured out, and then we'll be off on a hunt later this week. So before we get into my final thoughts on this, remember how I said this came from PyramydAir? PyramydAir used to have only, but now they actually have crossbows, bows, like everything shooting sports that's fun and we like to get up to as outdoors people. PyramydAir has it, and they're doing this special show me your rack thing for 2024. So if you send them a picture with a measurement of your rack to confirm the size of it, people are going to be taking votes on it. Go to PyramydAir / what was it, Grant? Rack dash contest. You can see it right here on the screen, and you can enter to win. I'm gonna try to get one before the season's out and enter to win myself, so I can get some more goodies. But no, I won't be. I might throw one in there, but I'm sure you guys will do one better than me. It's gonna be a fun event, and if you're out hunting, why not take advantage of it? Maybe you can win one of these. They haven't announced what it is. They say it's a big prize, and knowing them, they do big things, and they do them big, and they do them well. So check out PyramydAir, linked in the description below, and we'll put that link down there so you can enter to win, and I'll be voting on those big racks as well. First thing, that can be the worst, the most miserable thing about the crossbow is it shoots so fast. Putting it into these targets, they can tend to get stuck, and it makes the whole experience miserable. I got one of these, or I use the Slingshot rubber as a little grabby tool. This was like $5 on Amazon, and it makes it so you can pull the arrows out. I found they come out of this target a lot better, but every once in a while on this target, it does tend to punch way through the target, and you would hit a tree or a sandbank on the back side of that. Whereas this one, it only goes in like 4 inches, but it welds itself to the inside of them. And I read online that this is the fix for that, so you never have to go through that again. A scentless bar of Dove soap or some type of scentless soap, because you don't want to blow your hunt, right? If you're going to use this arrow later, you're staying with the same arrow, and then you flip your broadhead onto it. So we're going to rub this one down, give it a shot, and see if they slide right out, because they literally weld themselves into there. We had this on here with a pair of vice grips and 2 people pulling to get the last one out. Let's give that a try. So point number 2 is accuracy. These things will shoot differently. I don't know if it's a harmonics or what it is, depending on where you're holding it and depending on if you've decocked it properly and loaded it properly. I don't know if all crossbows have the same kind of, like you have to release your pull mechanism, but this one's built in. So once you've cocked it, you now need to go 1 turn backwards, and then you back that off, and then you reach up under here and push this button and hand spin it backwards till you feel a click. And that releases all the pressure, so it's all on the cocking mechanism or the car that slides forward to pull the string back right here. And that way it's the tensions. You can notice as you back this off, the whole thing seems to flex like it's in its position. And if that hasn't been backed off 1 turn, because you're all like in the focus, you've sighted it all in, you go to shoot a deer and you're at 40 yards, that could mean the difference of like 6 inches a shot. That's no good. That's a loss of a good hunt there by missing by 6 inches. Now, we've waxed our arrow. Let's put it on. And like I was saying too, like where you hold it. I noticed a big difference when I was bracing it like on a barrel, and I put my hand back here, kind of like you would with a rifle, and you got it on a sandbag and you're trying to sight it in. And then I moved my hand back up here. Just that vibrations and the harmonics of the release when you're shooting, it was a big difference. The shot placement was like 2 inches off at 20 yards. Just do everything the same, and once you're sighted in, it'll all stay the same for you when you're in the field. Now, let's try that target again. Don't forget to take the safety off. That'll blow things for you too. All right. Let's see how that soap worked. Now, I did not soap up here, so we'll be able to get our grip on it. And if it's not welded in there, then we nailed it. That's so nice. Soap for the win.
Over the years, I got to be quite a connoisseur of soap.
I don't know if that means you gotta soap it every time. I'm gonna give it a couple tries without soaping it again. And then my last thing for you is decocking it. When you get out there in the field, instead of having to bring a target with you or blast one off into the bushes because you didn't get a chance to shoot at a deer, you gotta learn how to decock it. So once you've got it cocked, right, and then you've backed it off and you've done your usual due diligence, popping that off, you turn this back, pushing that button in over here, turn this back till it comes to a stop. Now it's come to a stop, and say we've had our arrow on there, you just pull your arrow back off. Now, you put this back into here, and then gonna put some pressure on this with one finger. It's not gonna go anywhere. You're not gonna get it to release, but just a little bit so you can feel it. And you pull this till it's tight, and then you'll feel that. You see that? Now it goes down. I'm pressing that down, and you can just back it off until it's decocked, like so. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. There you go. Safely can decock it while you're in the field. And yeah, I'm gonna safely decock it when you're in the field. Take that, put it all away, go home, and get her out for your next hunt. And she's ready to go. You got your arrows, got your crossbow, and there. That's what I've learned so far in just 2 weeks of having it. Accuracy comes from consistency. If you want to have fun with it, it's not quite as simple as picking up a rifle and popping off some rounds and okay, she's sighted in. But it is way easier than trying to sight in a compound, getting all your yardages figured out. Oh, my last tip. Something I did when I was out there hunting. I wish I had gotten a chance to get a good shot off to prove this theory for myself even. I took a picture of my surroundings, 3 pictures of my surroundings, and then took some sighted in on those surroundings and then wrote with my S Pen on the phone, on the pictures, the yardages for a couple of trees. And while I was sitting there all bored waiting for that twilight hour and I was hoping the deer to come out, I sat there and I memorized, okay, that tree was 25 yards, that tree was 30, and that way on the scope you can look in here at your 30 yards, 20 yards, and so on and so forth. So when a deer comes up and he's at that certain distance, you could figure it out without getting out your rangefinder, fumbling that, dropping that in the leaves, and scaring your game off, and you come home with a successful hunt. I'm gonna get on that when I get back from to Georgia Bushcraft, so if you guys are out and about, come to join us at Georgia Bushcraft. Hang out with myself, Greg, and the whole Fowler's Make Green Mischief team. We're gonna be hanging out there. It's a big event. You could look it up, but just type in Georgia Bushcraft. There's like 2,000 people, all kinds of seminars, all kinds of fun for a couple days. That's November, what is it? 8th
to 10th.
9th and 10th. And we'll be down there. We're gonna try to start doing that every year. So if you're seeing this video late and you're like, oh, I missed it, well, you can join us next year. We're gonna make it a yearly thing. And then I'm gonna go do some videos with Greg. And then I'll be back home, see if we can't get something with the crossbow. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching and happy shooting.